Be so calm it feels stupid. Sounds like a joke, but people who live by it are everywhere. In operating rooms, on stormy coastlines, at launch pads before rockets take off, in financial markets so loud they sound like someone shaking coins in a metal can. Take the heart surgeon, for example, humming a lullaby as she removes a sliver of metal from inside a beating heart. Machines are beeping, assistants are panicking, but she keeps humming, steady, clear, like nothing else exists. Then, when the heart monitor finally shows a normal rhythm, she stops mid-verse and walks out, her face relaxed and pink, like she's just finished a walk in the park. It's not that she wasn't scared. She just knew how to stay in control long enough for her body to forget the fear. Or think about a man in a cliffside town where storms pound the rooftops half the year. He makes nets for fishing. At dusk, after work, he wipes his hands, pours his tea so slowly the birds have time to circle twice before he takes a sip. When the wind rips a shutter off a neighbor's house, he walks over calmly, nails it back in place, and goes back to pouring. People say time slows down around him, but clocks say otherwise. It's not that time changed. He just didn't let the storm rush him. He made the storm adjust to his pace. In the early days of space launches, one man stood under a tower of fuel, calling out the countdown in a voice so flat it could have been mistaken for a grocery list. The windows shook. The room was tense, but he stayed calm. He finished the launch sequence without a hitch. That kind of steadiness looks like a personality trait, but it's not. It's built. These people have anchors, something small and physical they go back to every time, until their bodies learn that this anchor is the normal state. The surgeon's hum, not just comfort, it activates breathing patterns that calm the nerves. The netmaker's tea pour, it keeps his movements slow and steady, bleeding out stress before it locks his muscles. The director's flat voice, it steadies the people around him. Calm isn't some gift you're born with, it's a signal you teach your body to recognize. Of course, things can push this calm to its limits. Picture a wildfire command center, filled with smoke, radios squawking, everyone on edge. One officer stops talking mid-order, opens her mouth slightly, and literally tastes the air. Then she reroutes the water trucks based on something nobody else sensed. That call ends up saving half a valley. Later, the higher-ups call her pause reckless. She says it was just a moment to let her instincts breathe. It all starts with the exhale. Make your breath just a bit longer than usual, and your body thinks, no danger here. Your heart rate drops, your blood flows better, and your thinking sharpens. Then soften your gaze, widen your vision, so you're not locked on just one thing. Finally, find a sound, a fridge hum, a ceiling fan, distant traffic. Let that sound blend with your breathing. Soon your thoughts start to follow their rhythm. No chants, no apps, just letting your nervous system do what it was built to do when given the right cues. History shows the same logic. Centuries ago, a calligrapher dipped his brush 7 times before writing a word. His students mocked him, but when crowds saw the final scroll, they fell silent. That brush dip wasn't delay, it was alignment. Years later, a free diver learned the same trick. Before diving under frozen lakes, he'd trace circles on the water to match his heartbeat with the ripples. It taught his body to choose calm over panic. And sometimes, a little silliness helps. A mountain rescuer hums grocery lists in a high voice while crossing dangerous ice. A trial lawyer backstage makes weird vowel sounds to loosen up. It looks dumb, sure, but it breaks the seriousness that feeds anxiety. Outsiders laugh. Insiders know it works. The tool you use doesn't matter. It could be a scalpel, a rope, a headset, or a ladle stirring soup. What matters is that you choose one steady thing, one movement, sound, or breath, and make it your base. Do it often enough, and your brain starts reacting differently to chaos. Panic gets replaced by interest. People around you might say you have a magic calm. Science calls it high vagal tone and strong control in the brain's decision centers. The only real danger is faking it. Pretending to be calm is like wearing glass armor. It looks smooth until it cracks. Real calm breathes, sweats, even laughs after the worst is over. You can spot it in the aftermath. The surgeon flicking marbles with kids, the netmaker whistling to birds, the launch director planting tomatoes behind his house. They're not recovering from the moment. They were present the whole time. They didn't borrow energy. They paid in attention. You don't need big rituals to learn this. Just 4 slow breaths at a red light. A few careful steps from your desk to the printer. One smooth swirl of soup at the end of a long shift. Do it often, and your body resets its default setting. Extreme calm will always look strange in a world that worships speed. Hustle gets attention. Slowness gets laughed at. But in pressure moments, choices made in a rush tend to fall apart. The people who slow down on purpose aren't falling behind. They're getting it right when it matters most. And sometimes, if the wind is just right, you can still find that netmaker's bench by the sea. Sit there long enough, and it feels like the ocean is breathing through the trees. The waves stretch their exhale like the surgeon, like the calligrapher, like the diver and the rescue worker, like the janitor quietly locking up at 2 a.m. The ocean doesn't stand still, but somehow it feels still, because you're finally matching its rhythm. And when you stand up to leave, the street looks slower, colors seem brighter, your choices feel solid, like water knowing exactly how to find the ocean without needing to be told. This kind of calm might look stupid from the outside, but it's the clearest thing you'll ever feel from within.